Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. It is Wednesday. It is August 14th. I can't believe it's the middle of the month. I just can't believe it's the middle of the month. Crazy, right? It's just nuts, nuts. Guess who we have live on our whatever this is, social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. We are live. Jennie Marie, psychic medium from TLC's Mama Medium. Oh my God, totally fan crushing on you. And thank you first and foremost for being so authentic, so real, and really, I loved when I watched you and like, those tears were real tears. When you were connecting with people, those were real. You can't trust me. I was married to a narcissist, and you could tell when it's crocodile tears. Yours were real. You connected to these people. They felt it. You gave them closure. You gave them stuff that, like I know when I'm watching someone, they're like, oh my God, they can't believe that they got that. It's like, where did they pull that out of? It's just like, there it is, right? And I watched you when I was younger, and I'm like, I want to be like her, where she doesn't give a shit. She doesn't care. Like, you just are you. And I don't know why your show still isn't going on forever and ever, because it really needed to. Really needed, if you chose, obviously. But you're amazing. Thank you so much for being on here.
Thank you. This is a pleasure. I think you're amazing. Thank you for all the
you.
compliments. I really, really appreciate that. But yeah, I feel honored to be here and a part of your journey.
Well, thank you. And let's just quickly say hello, because this is what I do. Hello, Carson. Hey, Carson, can you check and see what's going on? Why can't I click on somebody? Uh-oh.
Surprise! I can't even see you. Retrograde. Can people see me? What's happening? Oh God.
That was fun.
I was like, can people see me? It's retrograde.
What's happening is I have my friend Ginger here visiting from Arizona. So my husband's got his Wi-Fi on. We've got hers. We got mine. We've got all of it. So there you go. There you go. So let's just. Amanda said Amanda said she is so talented. She made Elias disappear.
Amanda, you won the internet. You won the
That
internet.
is awesome. Look at all these people saying hello, hello.
How do I see that?
I don't think you can on your end, but I'm just going to show you Karen and Delora and Jean and Amanda and Sherry and Chris from Iowa and Dina and Beth. Hello, Audrey. I'm so glad you're awake for this. It's good. Joy and Danielle, Malik, thank you for being here. Maria and Evelyn and Irma from Illinois, Christine, Amanda. Oh no, I'm checking things out. Thanks, Carson. Make sure that I'm on Instagram, because y'all know that I press buttons. I have no idea what I'm doing. Sherry, hello, Delora. Okay, good. That was funny. Joy says, Jenny, it's your show now.
You can see me. I can't see anything.
And then Chris is like, peekaboo. Hey, Stacy. Hey, my friend. Ren, good to see you. Copperhead Luna. Diana, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you. I am blown away by the support. Really appreciate it. You just got back from a long trip. I think I lost my Oracle deck. Oh no. It's okay. So, hey, Michelle. So, those of you who don't know, Jennie Marie had a show on TLC. It was called Mama Medium. And how did I know? I know because, we are going to be on a cruise ship together. We're both speakers on the Spirit Heart Cruise going to Mexico in December. That's December 8th through, I know, Delora, can you put it in there? It's December 8th for 7 days. We're just going. And I'm just
We're just winging it.
welcome to my show.
Oh my God,
Welcome to my show. Sarah, I miss your face too. Thanks for being on here. And Sherry, hello, and Megan, hello. Ana Timukanis, pues dice, quick Greek, real quick. I miss you, my friend. I miss you. Thank you, Delora. So yes, it's December 8th through the 15th. Spirit Heart Cruise. We're going to oh, thanks for putting that keynote speaker. You're a keynote speaker too. Jenny, aren't you?
Yes. On the cruise?
Yeah, on the cruise. Yeah. So we're talking about all this stuff. It's harmony of the seas, everybody. This is what happens when you get a Greek and Italian together. When you get a Greek and Italian together, it's Mediterranean hot mess. So
oh my God, I love it.
But it's so good. Loved watching the show. Thanks, Diana. She said loved watching your show. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. And so excited. I watched when she was the lady. When she had the lady that was paralyzed. So touching. Yeah, when you had it on. Yeah,
thank you.
We're so excited. Lodora's going to be on the cruise with us. Awesome. And Vicky says hello. Carson, you need to hit reboot on Instagram again. Not live over there yet. Okay, that's exciting. Well, me trying to talk and press buttons at the same time is a little high tech. So, Jenny, can you tell everybody a little bit about your story, how you got started with all this?
With
the second
Gifted or TLC?
With the whatever you want to talk about.
I feel like I'm fourth generation.
Yes.
In my family, though, old school Italian Catholics, we didn't talk about it. It was taboo. You know, my great grandmother came over from Italy reading tea leaves, and then it kind of got, you know, mishmash. We don't really talk about it very much, but it was very much there and present. And maybe when my grandma wasn't there all the time, we did speak about it and talk about it. I do think there's a genetic piece to it. I tell everyone it's like diabetes. It's going to get me. So it got me early. And so I was 7 when I saw my first past loved one. And 12 when I started to see premonitions. And then kind of never really said I'm psychic or a medium. I kind of was just like, maybe I have an imaginary friend, and maybe I'm just paranoid and having anxiety about this premonition. You know, started to unfold a little bit, dabbled a tiny bit in my teens, but still never used the word psychic or medium. It was just kind of, I had the best advice. I felt like everyone was like, go to Jenny, she has the best advice. Or, you know, and it was always when we were 15, like, am I going to get back together with him? You know, is he going to kiss me tonight? And for some reason, I always knew the answer. I don't know why, but I do now. And then like mid 20s, I thought, you know what, you know, I've been running from it for so long, and, you know, I needed my own healing. And, you know, there's such a special place. If you heal others, you get your own healing. And I thought, I'm going to try it. You know, I prayed about it. I meditated about it. And I felt like people just kept coming, and I was providing a service, and it was so healing and so amazing. And, you know, and a constant sit in gratitude now and all the time. And that's
such an important part that people forget. It's about that gratitude that really uplifts us and allows us to elevate higher. I feel like when we're sitting in there and going, yes, you know, and thank you for this and thank you for this, something else happens. It's like when I tell people, you know, when you find a penny on the floor, find it, pick it up, say thank you, and then say, what else is possible? You know, how can it get better than this? So important. Maria says, my mother had a crystal ball, egg-shaped, from one of her aunts in Italy. Catholic Italian was really open. I love
that. I have chills. When you read that, I have chills.
I love it. Amazing. I'm going to change my blinds here a little bit so you don't have, and then my husband's talking a little loud, so I'm going to close the door.
I can't hear anything.
I know. It's like crazy at my house. But I love it. What would you say to somebody that wants to really connect and they don't know how? Maybe they can't afford to see a medium. Maybe they are so stuck in the grief piece and the sadness. They're like, I don't know how to move forward. What would you say for that so they can connect to the heavenly messages?
I would say sit in gratitude. I would say try to find living in the moment and ask. I feel like it's so simple if we just ask out loud, I need you. Where are you? Show me a sign. I feel like that's such a piece that we miss, but we all can do it. And I'm not saying that you're going to see them three-dimensionally standing in front of you, but you're going to get a sign. You're going to know that they're there. And, you know, my thing, and I've told you this before, is I always tell my clients to ask for a sign of your sign.
Right.
If your feather is enough, ask for a sign of your sign. I need deeper. You'll get it.
Yeah. And you're teaching classes, aren't you?
I do. Right now, I'm in heavy into mentoring. It's been I don't have words when you see somebody try so hard. And I'm not talking necessarily about mediumship or using their psychic abilities. I'm just talking about when they raise their vibration. I have so many chills saying this right now. I am so emotional inside when they have that moment. I don't have words for how amazing, and I don't know. I just mind blown. It's amazing. And I am so blessed to be able to be a part of that journey. This mentoring for me has been, again, when we're healing others, we're healing ourselves. It's been so healing for me on this journey.
And you keep you saying this, and I've got a lot of thoughts, and I'll share with you afterwards with you, because I have a thought about this. But there's a tribe in Chile, and they're called the Mapuche tribe, and they say that your healing is my healing.
Yeah, 100%.
And I love that part. I love that part. We do on some of my retreats, we've done a sound healing, which is very different. It's Chilean based because we're using drums, we're using rattles, we're using all these different nature sounds, and it's different. I want to talk to you about that. And I think it's something that is cleansing, right? I mean, I know when I teach as well, and I see someone stepping out of their comfort zone, and I'm like, yes, you got your yes, you got that thing. For me, even, you know, I had to learn, even though I do this work, my mom, which you can't see her because the light's in the there, but my mom didn't come to me for a whole year. Every time I dream about her, I'm like, what are you doing here? You're dead. I'd wake up. Until I let go of the anger and the guilt. You left me. Why did you leave me? And oh my God, I don't know if you knew I was gay, but now you know, and you know that I lied to you, and blah, 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 blah. You know, Greek guilt, girl, it's up there. It's like, you know what? I'll tell everybody a little story. I was 21, and I was going to move out of my house. I was going to Loyola University in Chicago. My parents, you know, I lived with my parents. I'm an only child. And my dad's like, you're going to sign your lease for your apartment. And I said, yes. He goes, the king of your own castle. I'm like, yes, Dad. And he goes, look. And they knew that I was going to drop out of school to work at Bennigan's full time. So I said, hey, I appreciate you, Dad. And he's like, you know what? You're always willing. You always can come back. There'll always be room for you. And I said, thank you. And he goes, and look, when you visit sometime and you find your mother dead in bed, don't blame us.
Why?
I did not move out for 7 years. And I moved to the condo across from
God.
it was a double tower building. My mom used to open up her shade and look down to see my apartment. She's like, honey, your shades are drawn. Are you home?
The guilt is real. The guilt is real.
And I have to tell you, another amazing medium, and she's also a teacher, Laura Wooster from the East Coast. Thank you, Laura, for being on here. And Laura's like, hi, Ginger. Hi, Laura. Okay, so good to see you. Thank you for being on it. Yeah, Greek guilt. It's bad. So we're talking about connecting to heavenly messages. You're saying ask for the sign for the sign. Do you believe like music is a sign? And, you know, I could be sitting in a restaurant and somebody's behind me talking about a conversation, something like my mom would say. Would you call that a sign?
100%. Nothing in life is coincidence. And I think the more that we think it's a coincidence, the less signs you'll get, or the less you'll realize that it doesn't have to be one particular sign, right? I feel like so many people are saying, okay, I've asked my grandma for a butterfly and I didn't see a butterfly today. And I'm like, well, name off 4 other things that were coincidences, because today she didn't choose to use a butterfly, because signs represent different things. And my largest thing that I tell everyone is, I do care, but I don't necessarily care what the sign is. I
Mhm.
care when. It's when you get the sign. So when I have chills so strong when I say this now. So if you're asking and then you get this thing, you get this coincidence and you're like, it's a coincidence. I need a sign of your sign, and you get it. It's because you asked. Or, if heaven's really, really strong and you're starting to get all of these messages, I don't care what they are, but something large is going on in your life. Heaven is saying, I'm right here. We're making memories together. We're still doing this. I'm just in a different form.
Why do people always want to know, like, is my loved one okay? And I know that how I was raised, so I kind of know that, but I find that people are always like, are they okay? Do you think that that's like their guilty part, or do they think it's their fear piece? What do you find when you're talking with people?
I think that's fear. Where are they going? How are they getting there? What's it like there? Did they make it? Maybe they're saying, I want them to be in heaven, but did they make it? How do I know? I think the largest thing here is most of us use some type of logical brain. So logically, where are they? Are they okay? How do I know? I'm saying goodbye, and where are they going? And I'm not going to see them. How do I know? But yeah, all the time, right? Everyone's, or are they with so and so? Do they see so and so? Of course, it's amazing.
John Holland, because I took some of his
Yeah.
classes, and John Holland, and I love the way this is, and I'd like your take on it. John says a psychic perceives, a medium receives.
Yes,
Right? Yeah,
100% love it.
right. And a medium uses their psychic senses to receive the information. All psychics are not mediums. How do you explain your definition of the psychic and the medium piece?
And mine might be wrong. It's just
Right,
how I interpret
right,
it and how
exactly, exactly. We
I
all have our
meditate it.
interpretation. Right.
Okay. So I feel like, how do I want to word this? I feel like the psychic part of my gifts, even
Mhm.
though they go hand in hand, helps me see the future. That's where I get to see where it's
Right.
going, how it's going, right? The mediumship is connecting. So some people can connect but can't see the future, and some people can see the future but can't connect. I
Got
have
it.
chills right now when I say this. Does that make sense?
No,
So
it
I
makes
think that's where the difference is, because some people say, I went to a medium and I asked for guidance, and all they did was tell me what my grandma said when I was 5. And I'm saying, well, maybe they're not using their psychic abilities to see the future, and vice versa. Like when you go to someone who maybe reads tarot intuitively but doesn't connect, they told me all about my future, but how do I know where the message came from? They can't connect. Does that make sense?
No, it makes total sense because there's a movement. I'm going to tell you there's a movement. I did some studying with Tony Stockwell. Tony Stockwell is UK based. He teaches or taught at the Arthur Finley um, School in the
Yeah.
UK. And Tony said that, the evidence piece is really important, but we're also missing the part of the modern mediumship, which is the message and what is your loved one doing now that they're in heaven. And he said, I will tap into the mediumship. And then I'm also bringing in the psychic piece because that is the part that is saying, here's what I'm sensing that this is going on. And it's fascinating. It's just fascinating. And I'm understanding the blend now. I'm really understanding the blending. I started with the blending, like before I got any training, whatever.
Yeah.
I started with the blending, and I was like, oh, and Greek school is like Catholic school. It's like,
Oh
did you
my
do
God.
it? Right. So I'm like, oh my God, I didn't do it right. So let me just make sure I did
Right.
it right. And I'm like, okay,
Yes.
right. But it's fascinating to know that if we have our pure intention and we're grounded and we're connected and we sit in the power as everybody's taught to do, that is a fascinating piece to me because I think we're not that evidential mediumship is wrong. That's not what I'm saying, everybody. What I'm saying is ask for the message. You know how they passed, what they did this. Yes, the medium is connecting. Now what else? What do they want to tell you? Because I did a reading yesterday, and right in the middle, like we had two pieces of evidence, and I'm like, why is showing me this horse? What's so important about the horse? And what I heard was, tell her what the horse medicine means. I'm like, oh. So I'm like, can you understand and can you relate to a horse that your dad's showing me you on a horse? And she's like, yes, yes, yes. And we talked more about the horse. We talked about the color of the horse. And I'm like, he's not stopping with the horse. And I heard animal spirit guide. And I said, your dad is saying that he wants you to call in the medicine of the horse. You've always connected the horse. It means sure-footedness, groundness, and he wants you to move forward. It was like there was the message in the middle of the dem. You know what I mean?
Love it. Yeah.
Really, really cool. Special, special. Here's another thing, and I love your take on this. I read for this woman, and she was a little bit like this. And I said, may I come to you? And she said, yes. And I said, may I interact? And she said, yes. And I was all I heard was, you know, Celine Dion, my heart will go on and on. I'm not going to sing it for you people. And I'm like, do you like the movie? No. Do you like Celine Dion? No. Is your husband's name Jack? No. I'm like, well, Shaka Khan. You know, I was like, crap. Right. So then what I was shown was an image of my husband eating, tell me if you've ever heard of this, eating a hamburger with peanut butter on it. And she's like,
a lot of protein.
Like, that's disgusting. And she goes, it was my husband's favorite. So then we talked a little bit more about it, right? Yeah. And then she emailed me that night or the next day, and she said, Eliza, I was sitting there thinking about Celine Dion, Titanic, whatever. She said, my husband was a history buff. The Titanic sank April 15th, 1912. Our wedding anniversary is April 15th.
Of course. How amazing.
I mean, never in my training, never in my knowing, I wouldn't have been able to, I learned something from that read. Yeah. Crazy.
Love that.
Crazy, crazy. Have you ever had that happen? Like, it's like out of nowhere. Like
I stopped second guessing a while ago when it's off the wall, because I feel like that's my energy anyway. I'm off the wall. I'm different. So I feel like if that's where the message, matter of fact, last night I was giving this woman a reading and you know, honestly, I am left brain. There is part of me that is very logical that I still struggle with in my readings. And this woman kept showing me this brown paper bag. And I'm like, is it groceries? Like, what am I doing with this brown paper bag? And I said, all right, I'm doing it. So your mom wants to talk about this brown paper bag. The woman started laughing so hard she was crying. I'm like, are you okay? Is like everything okay? We're on a Zoom. And she said, I went to my garden today and I picked all these peppers to bring to my sister's house tonight. And I put them in the brown paper bag and I left it on the counter. And I walked in the door tonight and I was like, my husband called and said, you left your brown paper bag. She's like, the brown paper bag was such a big, huge deal for 20 minutes when I got here. I was so nervous to talk to my mom. And I just thought, how cool that your mom saw it. She was with you, right? Like, it's that energy, because we think, do they only see us on birthdays? Do they only see us? This woman was laughing like, you forgot your peppers in this brown paper bag.
Right. And I tell everybody, I'm like, look, it's not like we're busy up there. It's not like gotta go, bingo, you know, right?
Yes.
It's like, okay. And then the one lady, okay, guys, you know, it's my live. I'm so sorry, Jenny. I feel like I can talk to you like this. The woman's like,
you can.
They see us when we make the caca. I'm like,
yeah, all the time.
They do. All the time. They don't care. There's no judgment. And that's what people don't understand. It's like, if grandma was a bitch when she was alive, when she crosses over, all that human gone. Right.
Well, it's so hard to describe that. Everything we do like that doesn't exist. They don't care about any of that. That's worldly. Right. That's three-dimensional.
Right. Exactly. I'm seeing if we have, hello. I'm seeing if we have any questions from Instagram. Hello. Mama La, good to see you. And everybody else who I didn't say hi to because we had a little bit of technical difficulties. What is something that you can share about, besides the signs? Is there I'm being serious about this. Is there a prayer that they have to say? Is there, because people are like, do I say something specific? I know what you're going to say, but I just have to ask this.
Prayer that they need to say to ask for a sign?
Yeah. Or a prayer to ask their loved one to come in.
No, there's no structure. When we're talking to spirit, there's no structure. But if your gut says you need to say a prayer, then say a prayer. But just because you say the prayer doesn't mean you get the sign. You're probably just protecting yourself in that moment, right? You're making yourself feel safe because it's an unknown. There's no structure in spirit. Anything that would be structured here does not exist.
Yep. Yeah. Very true. You're going to have a lot of Q&A. I can tell you right now. Here we
I
go.
love it. I love Q&A. Is it too dark in here? Do I need a brighter light?
It's up to you, girl. How are you feeling?
I feel very Italian.
I like it. I like it. I like
Okay.
it. Ginger says, Jenny, did you train with anyone?
I meditated, prayed, journaled. I have chills when I say this. I felt so pulled, and I felt like I had it for so long that I honestly knew the more that I would raise my vibration, the stronger it would get. And you know, the biggest thing for me is that I trusted.
Yep.
I wanted it so bad. I knew I had it. I had to release ego and trust.
And that's the hard piece because, you know, again, a former perfectionist, that was the hard part. I'm like, oh my God, what happens if I'm wrong? What happens if I'm wrong? And I heard, so what? So what?
Nothing.
Right? And now it's like whatever comes up, how silly it is. I mean, I kid you not. Yesterday when I went to the dem, that's a demo, everybody. When
I was like, I know.
When I went there, I was like, why am I craving Cheez-Its? Why am I craving Cheez-Its? And then my ear started itching. And as my ear started itching, I'm like, you know, I'm going to be 60 in Greek. Okay, obviously. And I'm like, do I need to pluck some of the ear here? I'm like, what's happening? And I'm like, oh my God, someone's coming through that loves Cheez-Its and hairy ears. I'm like, what the hell? So that's what I walked in with. I go, guys, I just have to ask you. I go, there's a male that loves Cheez-Its and salty stuff and really hairy ears. Like it was growing out, gross. And the woman's like, it's my dad.
But you trusted it. You have to trust.
Normally I would have been like, no, you just you're Greek and you're hungry. I mean, you know, whatever. All right, we got some more questions. Chris says, do they ever disagree with our choices or actions?
They do. I feel like if your gut is telling you to do something and the universe is handing you something and we ignore it, that's a really great question. I mean, I could go 14 different ways with that, but yes, I'm going to say yes, because when they go to the other side, they're guides for us and they want to guide us on the best path that we can. And have you ever had, like, this is something that comes up all the time. Let's say that you're in a relationship and you already know the answer if you should leave or stay, or right. Sorry, I'm going right into it. But let's say that you know you should leave this relationship, but you don't. But you're asking every day for signs and messages. You're releasing control because you're saying, I need help. I can't do it alone. And then the relationship goes sideways. But it's because you already knew it wasn't supposed to happen. And they were saying, right? Your mom saying, you asked me for my help. I helped you, even though it's the way you don't want, but you're out now.
Right.
Does that make sense? I hope I relayed that right.
No, it totally makes sense. And again, but you know, guys, again, remember, there's no judgment on the other side. They just want, from what I'm hearing you say and what I know and everybody else, they want the best for you. That's it.
100%.
Right. They might not they're like, oh, there they go again. You know, they're just
exactly.
Right? Exactly.
But they're never mad.
No, they're not mad. Right. Exactly.
Agreed.
Robin says, so interesting. What advice do you give to someone who's taking in everyone else's feelings? She has difficulty shutting that out and figuring out what is just hers. So a natural empath. What would you say?
Immediately start protecting yourself. Start protecting yourself immediately. I don't care what you say. I say a prayer of protection every day. It's long, but I say it every day. I get chills when I say it, so I know it works for my energy. Right. And then I would literally try to sit in the moment, again, going back to living in that moment and deciding, is this mine or not? Why do I feel this way? Why is my chest heavy? What happened to make my chest heavy? If you can't find it, it's not yours. You brought it from someone else. A lot of times it's headaches, right? I feel like so many of my clients are like, I can't get rid of this headache. Headaches represent to me, and from what I've learned from spirit, negativity. Someone's had some negative around you. You have to release it. That's not mine. There's no reason. I always say, sit in that moment and trust your gut. This isn't mine. I literally picture it and give it back.
Exactly. We got some stuff on Instagram too.
Okay.
Funny Mama Atlanta says St. Anthony helps me and my kids find things. We're not Catholic. Of course, why not?
Who cares?
Who cares?
There's no religion in heaven. Surprise!
I had 2 dreams about my son this week. Is it true that they are visitations?
I believe yes. I also believe I want you to say to yourself, did you ask him what's going on? Remember, it's the when. I think it's the when we get it. What did you say? Where are you? I need you. What's big going on? Why is he telling you he's there? 100%. And I always tell all my students and my clients, before you go to bed at night, say out loud, I know you're here, but I need clarity. Can I have some clarity tonight? I always tell everyone to ask that.
Yeah, I have done that too. It's so important because sometimes I have to tell you, and it works with animals too, you guys. It works with animals. I woke up one day and I was crying, and I'm like, I was dreaming about my dog from as a kid, and I was crying and I was hugging him and I was kissing him, like, oh my God, you're here. And the pillow was wet because I was crying. My roommate knocks on the door, and you would love this restaurant. It's Ed DeBevic's restaurant, a crazy 50s, 60s restaurant where you can be.
Yes, would love everything about that.
Yeah,
yes.
So good. Like when they eat their burger and they're halfway done, they're like, can we have dessert? And
yeah.
Look at them go, no, you're not done with your food, and just walk away. It's kind of fun. Yeah. Well, my roommate knocks on the door. She's like, Elias, we're running late. I'm like, oh, crap. And she opens the door. I'm like, are you okay? Because my eyes were all red. And she's like, what smells like wet dog in here? I know, crazy, right? All right. You guys are asking some really, really great questions. Sarah Janik, medium, you're going to bring out all the mediums. I love the saints, and I'm not Catholic either. Rebecca says, thank you. Anna says, what do you suggest it means that I continue to dream of someone I wish not to dream of? That's a good one.
Clarity. Ask clarity. Why are you coming? What needs to be resolved? Is it here 3-dimensionally, or is it something from the other side? I would ask for clarity. Huge. Show me what I'm supposed to know in this moment.
Yep. Lital, I hope I said your name correctly. Usually when I feel like I need a sign, I see the numbers 111. Yesterday I saw those numbers about 5 different times. I love that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
Anna says they are alive. They're not past. When the dream that
so that's energy. I would make sure everything's okay there. Are you getting a premonition? Are you getting something? Are you holding on to some of their energy? Are you a strong empath and something came at you? I'm saying I would still ask for clarity. Am I supposed to reach out to this person? Please show me. I'm literally a type of person that walks around all day out loud, but I feel like if it's you ask, you receive.
And Anna, you're Greek. So girl, let's talk about it. You're an empath. You're an empath. And here's the thing. For you personally, okay, I'm going to say it in Greek, and Anna, you'll know, and then I'll say it in English. I want you to ayasi the house. I want you to go through the whole house, and I want you to bless the house. I want you to smudge the house. You know how to do it Greek style. I'm just telling you, do that and see what happens. Okay. It just feels like there's something stuck there. And then, I know you got some holy water, girl. I know you got it in the corner. Just like tap, 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 and you're good. You're good. Let's see. What did you journal? Just what happened in sessions or visions? Just asking. I think you said about you used to journal.
When I was learning, is this real? And I was trusting, I would journal what I felt. I'm a big feeler because I'm an empath. So let's say that I'm working on this journey and I feel like I connected with someone. I would write down how I felt. I felt like this, I felt the energy made me feel this way. I felt good about the message. I felt unclear. I always wrote about how I felt because I'm an empath. So I wanted to make sure. And then I always went back and reflected. I'm a big reflection person. I feel like there's no growth unless there's reflection. So 6 months later, I'd go back and look at it again and then say, wow, I got that message and this is what it was. This is how I felt. Now I'm feeling 10 times stronger and I'm feeling like, yes, this is great. I would write down my visions. I struggled in the beginning because when I connect to the other side, it's in black and white. So I would struggle with, okay, I see this person and they're gray. And I'd say, okay, you're not evolving. But I would go back and then see my new 6 months or later, so much more detail.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Gail has a question. She says, the papers always fall from my table. Do babies stay babies when they cross over?
No, I say no. I say that 3-dimensionally they're babies here, but their soul is as large as our soul, right? Because we've all been here 9 billion times. So we just chose. So no, I do not believe. However, to represent in a message, do I think that they come through as babies? Yes, but they're not babies. And I always try to distinguish that. Same with animals, right? I don't think that they stay that way, but that's how they show us so that we can validate it or have evidence. But a soul is a soul. It's energy.
Right. Hey, Nikki. Good to see you, my friend. What are you doing in South Africa? Good for you. Nikki was in Illinois, Jenny. She was in Illinois. She did an apprenticeship program with me. And
I love it.
She does retreats on her boat. So she takes around. She quit her job. She was teaching. She was a medical interpreter for the deaf. And her husband was a teacher. They quit their jobs. They bought a boat, and now they take people from St. Thomas out.
Love it. Everything about all of that. Yeah. Outside the box. Love it.
Can you have both psychic and medium capabilities? Also, can signs about future come in form of dreams as well as spirits in form?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You're funny, Delora. Delora's funny. Haha, I said to have your ears done. You're funny. Okay, let's see. I love that you say you can go 14 different ways with an answer. Sounds like my answers. Yes. Personal question. How does your husband feel and think about your skills?
Delora, did you watch the show? Well, I feel like everyone who's watched the show asks me about Mike. It's so funny. Okay, so I don't know if most people know. The night I met my husband, if I'm allowed to say this, I'll make it fast. I tend to talk long. Okay. The night I met my husband, we were at a wedding, and my spirit guides were like, "He's your soulmate. You're going to marry him." And I was like, "I'll have another vodka cranberry, please." And we were drinking. We were at a wedding. It was fun. It was great. Right. I went up to him and grabbed his hand and said, just literally the night I met this man, and said, just go along with me. We told every person at the wedding we were getting married. My dad took our engagement photo. I'm like, "Dad, can you take our engagement photo?" I said those words. And of course, everyone's like, "Jenny's had a lot of vodka. Just go with it." I mean, here we are. 13 months later, we were married. I never told him I was psychic or a medium. It came out after we were married. This sounds so crappy. I'm just being transparent. I didn't know how to tell him. And now, and when I told him, he was like, "Oh, like it makes complete sense that you're always right about stuff." However, don't use it on him. Don't try to tell him anything. Don't look at him sideways. It's so funny. Sometimes, even now, so we've been together 17 years. We're sitting at the table and he's smiling. We have dinner together, all 6 of us every night. He's smiling at the end of the table. I'm like, "What's your problem?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, he's like, "I'm smiling." I go, "No, your energy." He goes, "Get out of my energy." And then the kids are like, "Mom, you're not being respectful." I'm like, "I'm an empath. I'm just trying to make sure I'm safe." Like, we have these conversations. So Mike is super supportive. He loves it. He believes in it. He just doesn't want me to use it anywhere around him or have anything to do with it. However, I'm going to tell you right now, Mike is on his own spiritual path and will not let me help him.
But that's fascinating, though. John's the same way. John, and not that he doesn't believe. He's watched you. He's watched Teresa Caputo. He's watched a lot of people. And Sylvia Brown is one of his favorites.
Yes.
And he's like, I understand what you do. I don't want to go on any of your retreats. He goes, but I'll support you. I mean, shameless plug to everybody. Get ready for it. But John helps me out. Like, he'll make my energy balancing sprays. He'll he was in there earlier just making, he's like, oh, you're low. Let me make these. I'm like, it's your day off. He goes, I want to help you. Yeah.
So supportive. I love that.
Yeah. Here's one. And guys, if I missed your question, please know it's StreamYard. I can't see all of them. I'm just checking to see. Hey, Saban. Good to see you. And Dina, hello. Thank you for being here. Patricia, hello, my friend. Hi, going through a rough patch. All right, prayers for you, girl. Changing careers and trying to move on a different profession path. Any advice?
Make any decisions till after the 26th. Wait till retrograde. Don't make any decisions.
Okay, so here's a question for you. From me, here's a question for you. How do you feel about people that were born during a Mercury retrograde? Like, people understand me more when Mercury's in retrograde than they do when it's direct, because I was born during a Mercury retrograde.
I love this. I absolutely love this. Well, I think it identifies that you were aligned to be who you are and doing what you're supposed to be doing. I have chills. Actually, I love this. I'm going to go back and see if I was. I love this. What?
Please do, because
I did get married during retrograde, and I do believe he's my soulmate. So it's so funny when people tell me you can't do those things. I also think if your vibration is high enough and you're true to yourself, you can fight through this. Don't you?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Because my next question to you, and again, guys, this is social media, and I do respect Jenny very much. You don't have to answer this.
Of course I will.
Your sun, rising, and moon. Just curious if you know.
I am. Oh, it's so surprising. Ready? I'm a Leo rising.
No.
Yes. Oh no, I lied to you. I'm a Leo sun.
See, Leo sun. Yeah.
I'm a Pisces rising.
Fascinating.
And I'm a Taurus moon.
I could see the Taurus moon. I could totally see the Taurus.
Yeah, but what does all that mean? I don't even know a lot about astrology.
Oh, okay.
It means I'm a bitch most of the time, but I like to be in front of everyone. I like to show everyone I'm a bitch. Right?
So the sun is what you came in to learn, right? To how to be out there, right?
Okay.
The rising is how other people see you. They see you as sensitive. Like I loved you because you were real, and because you were really those were real tears when you connected with people. It wasn't any BS or TV. We want to cry now. Go ahead, smell the onion underneath. It was none of that kind of stuff. But also, your moon is your emotion. Yes, we're Mediterranean, right? But that moon is that stubborn emotion. But you're like, when I feel it, and it's like, bullheaded strong. Like, people are like, oh, you don't seem like a natural Capricorn. I'm like, I get you, because my rising is Virgo, so I'm the checklist person, and then my moon is Scorpio. Like, it takes me a lot to get in that spot of like, I will cut you. It takes a lot for me to get there, but once I get there, it's like, just move. I hold it back really well, but it's like, once I'm there, I am like that deep hurt. Like, if I'm hurting, I go deep with it. It's crazy.
My husband's a Scorpio. I hear you.
It's nuts. All right. Look at Carson. So when are we getting Jenny out to the Pacific Northwest?
Oh, I have to tell all of my secrets right now.
Oh, good. Yay.
I'm afraid to fly, so not happening.
Okay, here's the thing.
I'm joking. I'm not joking. It's a huge fear for me. I just moved 2 of my children last month to Seattle. So I was just in Seattle. I have to go back. Let's just pray we're driving. I'm driving to California next week, actually. My husband drives me everywhere. I'm so lost.
Girl, I'm being serious about this.
You can't fix me, I promise.
I live 3 hours away from Seattle.
You do?
I do. I'm in
Kansas. Just moved them there 2 weeks ago.
Okay. So my bonus kid is, like I like to say, so my husband's son, my bonus kid, he's going to UW. So he's going to University of Washington. Yeah. So that's his school. Yeah. So
I'll be there when Mike drives me.
Well, look, here's the Mediterranean in me. I got an extra room. I'll cook for you.
I love it.
Come visit. Come visit. Dolores says, fantastic story about meeting your husband. Sharon loves the transparency. John, I love Celia's nails too. I don't know if he's watching. I'm sure he is. Best way to raise and keep your vibration high.
Huge. That's huge. I feel like we need to work on that every day.
Yeah.
That's whatever your type of meditation is. Outside, walking, music, meditation, making sure you surround yourself with higher vibration. Just us talking today, right? You and I are both raising our vibration right now, as is everyone else. I've chills, so many chills for that. As is everyone else is watching. Continue to feed your soul. It wants it. And think about when you're at a high vibration, you want it again so bad, you're going to do whatever you can to get there. Any of those things, keep it there. Keep trying to raise it, but it's something we have to work on.
Right. And like for those of you that I've crossed over from TikTok, the reason why because you all are visual, you like it on the TikTok. When I show the card and then when I play music, and I'm like, yeah, it was all 80s music. When you play when I play the music and you guess the artist in the song, what are we doing? Yeah, we're having fun, but we're also raising our vibration. Music will raise our vibration. Like for me, chocolate raises my vibration. So it's
and your blood pressure.
Yes, nothing says love, Jenny, like a good Boston cream.
Listen, I'm a chocolate girl. I'm on board with you.
Girl, I'm gonna be there I'm gonna like be in line with you on the cruising. Look what they got. I'll shout it from the other aisle.
Oh my God, I love it. I'm already bringing Dove chocolates.
I knew I liked you so much. Ladora wants to know, are you driving to the cruise ship?
Yes, and the best part is it's only 5 hours from my house. I live in Dallas. It's in Galveston. I don't have to fly. I'm so excited. That was part of the reason why I said yes. I just flew 2 weeks ago, and it was not a great situation.
Carson says whiskey raises my vibration.
Same. High five.
Oh, Sharon, you know it. You know I'm a Chicagoan.
I've never had that.
Jenny.
And they just put Portillo's in Dallas. There's 2 now.
You have to go. You know what they do? They put. Welcome to the food show, everybody. It's a Food Network. You're talking to a Greek and Italian. We're going to talk about food sometime.
We eat all of your energy.
Right. So Portillo's chocolate cake, it has a mayonnaise in the frosting and in the cake.
I don't know how I feel about that. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
It does, but let me tell you, it doesn't when I'm eating it. So it's really good.
Is it warm mayonnaise or cold?
I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure.
Is it cold or hot?
Well, I'm sure it's cold. It has to be, or room temperature.
No, haven't you had warmed up chocolate cake?
I have.
So is it warm mayonnaise or cold mayonnaise?
It's just, I don't know. That's what came first, the chicken or the egg? Who knows? What came first, the hot mayonnaise or the cold one?
Oh my God, I can't. Okay.
It's like you all are doing a retreat in Dallas.
I love retreat in Dallas. If you come to Dallas, we'll live it up.
That's what I'm going to talk to you about. All right. Ginger says it makes it moist with. It makes it moist.
I like it. I'm okay with the word moist, by the way. My word is different. It's not moist.
I like moist.
Yeah, I'm okay with moist.
Yeah, I like moist. Ren says Dallas. Mayo is just eggs and oil. You got that right. Gloria's like, yes, Dallas. Tina's like, I'm so sad. I'm allergic to chocolate. It's okay, girl.
Oh, Tina.
Dolores says Dallas in the winter.
We don't even have winter. Come. We have 1 week of winter.
We do. All right. I want to go ahead and promote stuff for you before we run out of time. So let me do this because Delora put this on here for you, and it was really good. Delora, can you put that thing about mentoring on there again so I don't have... Nope, found it. Okay, so Jennie Marie offers one mentoring journey or group mentoring. Please go visit her at jennythemedium.com. And thank you very much. Anything you want to tell people that's coming up?
Going on this cruise.
Yeah, in December.
With Elias and many more light workers. I am going to California next week and doing a couple shows there. LA, San Jose. October, I'm headed back to New York to do a couple shows there. November, I'm headed to Florida. I love doing shows. They're my favorite. I love hugging people and sharing energy that way. I mean, the mentoring right now is one of my largest. I mean, I do readings every day as well. But I would love to see people on this cruise with us.
Yeah, we guys go to, it's on your website too, correct?
So
Okay.
I'm not so great at techie, and neither's my assistant.
So if you guys go, you can go to eliaspatrice.com under events. It's there. Go there. Go check out Jennie Marie's site, jenniethemedium.com. There's your email. And
So original.
she's so good. No, she's good at what she does here. I'm a hugger. Is that an empath thing?
Of course, we want to share positive energy, right? Because we know what it feels like to take negative. So when we're sharing with somebody, it's positive because you're giving, right? And we're hoping to receive the positive back 100%.
Donna says, we're in New York.
Rochester. I'm from Rochester. Oh, I think I'm going to New Jersey too in October.
Good. All right, everybody. I want to thank you. This went by so gosh darn.
I know. I was just looking. I'm like, we have more time, don't we?
Will you come back? Please come back.
Of course. If you'll have me back, of course. I'm honored.
Always. All right, guys. What's coming up next? Next Wednesday, we have Jamie Williams. She is amazing. She's a health coach. She really believes in the 3 H's: home, happiness, and health. So come join us next Wednesday. The following Wednesday, from the Tiki Talk, we have Oracle Trish, who's amazing, and Sarah Bluebird Readings. They're both going to be on talking about grief, connection with grief. Remember, the theme for this month is grief. Now, it's sold out. It's my 50th weekend retreat, you guys, in September. It's the Elements in You. But there is a retreat in November in Iowa. I know, Iowa. Look, I'm from the Midwest. Iowa, in Mechanicsville, Iowa. It's limited only because it's a small space and we're doing some deep work. It's only limited to 14 people. So if you want to sign up, it's on my website. And guess what? We have a contest. One lucky winner is going to win a free retreat. You got to get there yourself. I'm not paying for you to get there. You got to get there yourself. It's manifesting your desires. If you know me and you've been following me since day one, I'm going to use some of the pieces from my Manifesting Your Desires speech that I talked about on the Celebrate Your Life stage, and some new pieces that are coming up in the new book. Wait for it. Changing the FU into Thank You, how to flip the script and see the gift. And that's coming out in 2 months, crossing our fingers. I'm super excited. And yes, thank you, Delora. And there's also August 22nd, we have a free workshop, Unlock Your Psychic Senses. It's an intro, guys. Y'all are intuitive. You might as well find out some good ways to tap in, okay? Those eyebrows, yes, they were freshly coiffed. Thank you very much. Greek, so I don't know how you ladies do it, or you know what really grosses me out is when they used to do the threading and I'm like watching it, I'm like, you're putting the spit that's coming like this and you're doing this thing, and I'm like, hell no. And they're like, Elias, I'm like, I don't care. All I'm thinking is like, no, can't do it. All right. You do your own. Good for you. Okay, eyebrows. Thank you, Jacob. All right, guys, remember, we are here to connect. And when we connect, we educate. There is unity in community. From our hearts to yours. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And please go follow Jennie. And please follow her on the Tiki Talk and all of the other social medias. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
I won't pretend to freeze like I usually do. I usually do this.